Welcome to Insurgency, a new game mode brought to ArmA Reforger by Integrity Gaming. Inspired by the popular Insurgency missions that appeared over a decade ago in ArmA 2, this version created for ArmA Reforger brings together an asymmetrical combat scenario that incorporates both PVE and PVP mechanics. The majority of players are part of a uniformed armed force that must search and destroy the illegal weapons caches that are being protected and utilized by insurgents. This includes both AI and a small number of players that can blend into a civilian population which are controlled by AI. Critical decision-making at a team level, as well as individual choices related to rules of engagement, are incorporated in Insurgency for a tactfully engaging player experience. The uniformed Blue 4 team starts out by receiving an initial piece of intel, which is represented by a question mark on the map, with a maximum possible range of a weapons cache location. When insurgent players and AI are killed, there is a chance intel packets can be found on their bodies that will reveal additional markers on the map on possible cache locations. Insurgent players have a higher chance than insurgent AI of having intel. Once picked up by a Blue 4 player, intel packets must be held onto for several minutes in order to be examined before revealing new intel markers on the map. As more markers appear, not only does the maximum possible distance from a cache become lower, multiple markers together also help reduce the possible area of a weapons cache. Weapons caches can appear in all sorts of buildings, including houses, sheds, offices, and more. The outnumbered insurgent players spawn off-map, where they can gear up prior to teleporting anywhere on the map, except for the Blue 4 base or within a specified range of existing Blue 4 units. While teleporting also has a cooldown, they also cannot teleport away if within a specified range of Blue 4 units. Blue 4 units spawn and respawn at a single base with numerous vehicle assets that function on a respawn timer, typically varying based on the value of that asset. In the next major version of Insurgency, a conflict-like supply system will be utilized to control the requisitioning of vehicles and other useful armaments. That system will also allow Blue 4 units to engage in supply acquisition by conducting convoys across the map, which creates possible targets for insurgents to disrupt as well. They will also be able to establish forward operating bases for additional respawn locations, although they will be vulnerable to assault by insurgents. Blue 4 must also be careful among the civilian population, as a smaller number of civilians are allowed to carry weapons. Killing civilians will result in increasing respawn penalties for players, so rules of engagement play an important role in this game mode. This is also part of balancing the game with fewer players on the side of insurgents. The next major version of Insurgency will also add in dynamic variables that may occasionally cause armed civilians to become hostile to Blue 4 units or even fight alongside Blue 4 against insurgents. The current victory condition is centered on the destruction of all weapons caches on the map before the time runs out. The game has an initial base timer, with additional time added each time a cache is destroyed. While the game mode itself only requires the base game as a dependency, additional versions are planned, including a more modern Middle Eastern insurgency mission. We hope you're excited to try the beta version of this new game mode, which is exclusively available on Integrity Gaming's ArmA Reforger servers. See you on the battlefield.